What it do, everybody? It's your boy King Crowder back again with another edition of History You May Not Know and Things That Are Not Taught for Show. Today's lesson, we will be focusing on the great Lewis Douglass, the eldest son to Frederick and Anna Douglass. You must understand, as Frederick Douglass began to get in his old age and he began to pass away, his children are the main one who deserves to be amplified due to his legacy remaining strong, his leadership being talked about, and how he influenced America as one of the untold forefathers of this country. If you do not know, Lewis Douglass was born October 9th, 1840. Later on in his life, he became a military sergeant, the first one in American history. He fought in the Civil War at the 54th Massachusetts Regiment as a volunteer fighter, then began to get into commander and more leadership roles. His impact is major due to his military mind, and strong leadership was completely unmatched. You must understand, he represented the Union soldiers, and he wanted to be the main ones to overthrow the segregationist government in America. Lewis had always been inspired by his father's teaching. He was always inspired by what his father told him about Black Americans, their freedoms, their rights, and what things they brought to this country. Most people don't realize that Lewis did not get married until later in life, when he met his wife Helen in 1869, and they settled in DC's Black side of town. Also in 1969, Lewis became a typesetter employed by the government printing office in Washington, D.C. It was a union job, but the sad part about it, he was denied his tenure and union membership because he was not of the right ethnicity. Lewis Douglass still fought, even though he began to get racism, and began to establish his own newspaper called the New National Era, which weekly news portion aimed at African Americans, at Black Americans' times and struggles in D.C. Lewis also served as assistant marshal for the D.C. Congressional Legislature and other D.C. departments. You must understand that Lewis was raised in the north side of the Civil War due to his father being relocated after he got his freedom. Lewis began to overexcel, and learn his father's impact. Most people do not realize that the Frederick Douglass children are the main one who should be credited for preserving their father's legacy, his photography, his imagery, and his powerful writings. His father having no formal education and transferring all the love and leadership to his children is truly inspiring. Frederick Douglass' lineage deserves to get highlighted and amplified for what they did for American society and their untold stories. Lewis Douglass is an icon living. He was someone that stood on principle, a man of integrity, and a man of business. He raised his children, and sadly, his son was set September 19, 1908. The great Lewis Douglass, first boy of Frederick Douglass, needs to be talked about, needs to be discussed, and needs to be amplified. It's your boy King Crowder coming back at you again with another history lesson on figures that we're not taught and the impact they've had on America. Hopefully you learned something today. Hopefully the information I bestowed upon you was something you did not know. If you have any more questions, please comment, like, or subscribe to the channel. I want to keep coming to you about historical figures and events that we are not taught about. The American story is truly beautiful. Hopefully you learned something. Peace.